Hey folks, how you doing? So this guitar here is another Prodipe or Prodipe. Go and see their videos on YouTube about these. There's a few on there. They make some really nice guitars. It's a French company, although they're all made in Asia. At least the lower budget models are. And you've seen a few videos. This is the SD29 with a natural satin open full pore finish, spruce, mahogany, really nice mahogany fretboard, graphite nut and saddle, nice auditorium. I've got a few auditoriums to show you lately, haven't I? Anyway, here's what I want to make the video about. This just got out of the box, no setup, just tuned it up. I want you to listen to this. Sounds like a sitar, doesn't it? Anyway, if somebody got this guitar and they want a luthier or a guitar tech, they're going to send this back because the way it sounds. But almost everything you just heard is because the neck, and you're not going to see from this angle, I doubt you're going to see from any angle. I don't know if you can see that at all, but the neck, this plane right here, is backbowed. It's backbowed. In other words, it goes like this, right? The curve, it curves down and causes points on the guitar where the strings don't clear enough. I guarantee you, I'll take this to my bench and correct that truss rod, and maybe there after that, if there's still some buzzing, there might be a high fret somewhere, maybe tamper a little bit with the action, although the way this is set up right now, I think the truss rod adjustment's going to end up with the action being just right, because it's a little close now. It's going to, of course, move the board a little further away from the strings. Now, you don't do a truss rod adjustment for the purposes of setting action. There are people putting YouTube videos out there telling you to do that. That is wrong, all right? The action of a guitar, once you get the right amount of relief in the neck with a truss rod adjustment, is to do with the height of the saddle and the height of the nut. And that's how you adjust your action. Although sometimes if you've got a back bow or a forward bow, a slight adjustment may correct your action, but it's not something that should be taught as the only thing to do in correcting action. So when I get that back bow out and play this guitar, I think it's going to improve, but it may not be everything that this guitar requires in a setup. I still may need to tamper with the saddle and the nut heights. It looks like the nut heights are correct, just eyeballing it, looking at the first fret clearance. But of course, doing a truss rod adjustment is going to affect those measurements. So once I get the neck with the right amount of relief, I have to re-measure the height of the string from the first fret and the height of the string from the 12th fret to get my saddle adjustments correct. This is something that I do with every single guitar that comes in here, and I've had $1,000, $2,000 guitars come in here just like this with a slight back bow or a forward bow that throws the whole thing off, and when you play it, you get this horrible buzzing sound. So, you know, I wanted to do a video on that. I know there's a lot out there, but just be prepared to do adjustments on anything you have shipped to your house. Even stuff you buy at Guitar Center and you take home, and it's in a different environment, a different humidity, a different temperature, a locale, you're storing it differently, it's going to shift something in the physics of the guitar, and you probably will need to do adjustments on that guitar. Sometimes you get lucky and it's just perfect, but more often than not, you're going to have to do some sort of adjustments. And you know, this guitar can be corrected easily unless the fingerboard is warped from side to side, and it is not. Or if you have you know, a hump, a really bad hump in the 12th fret, or some other you know, mistake in the making that's can't be corrected with a simple adjustment. Unless you have something that chronic, most guitars can be adjusted out. They can be made to sound good. But of course, when somebody gets this out of the box, your average layperson is going to play that and go, man, that sounds terrible, I need to send this back. And they're going to get another one that they need to do adjustments on. It's very rare I get something shipped through the mail, whether it's Amazon, Toman, Monoprice, or somebody on eBay. It's very rare I get it and don't do any adjustments. It's very, very rare. Almost everything I get, when I pull it out the box and I turn it up and I do that first strum, it doesn't sound right. You know, something's off, and I have to do some tweaking on it. And this is just another example of that. But you know, I see reviews on Amazon for guitars where people say, you know, this guitar is junk, it's terrible, it buzzed when I got it out of the box. It's badly made, don't buy it, you know. All guitars are going to do that. I've had Guilds, you know, and Martins and Taylors that have been shipped here, and they do that. Of course, they're not as bad because they have more QC in those big companies. But something can shift in transit or between, you know, locales, and the guitar's going to need an adjustment. So, you know, I'm trying to educate people on this because, you know, this guitar, if somebody had received it other than me, and I did get this from a regular outlet, they're going to A, send this guitar back because it doesn't play, it buzzes, and B, they're probably going to go on there and write a bad review about how crap their guitars are. When you know, a good guitar tech can do 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of adjustment on this and get it playing. You know, I just feel like that information needs to get out to people. To expect a guitar to play out the box, and there's, you know, it does happen. It's unrealistic. Most of the times when you buy guitars, you're going to need to do some adjustments. And of course, I've been preaching on this channel since day one, and I'm 2 years old now. I've been preaching on this channel to why not learn a bit of yourself. And I know I've got a lot of fellas on here that do that, and you know, you sent messages about your shop and where you work, and some of you are probably better luthiers than I am. So that's great, but there are other people also that watch this channel and they don't do any of their own guitar work. You know, if you like messing around with guitars, if you like buying guitars, you know, go watch Randy's channel. Go watch Dave's World of Fun Stuff, or the Crimson Guitar channel. There's lots of videos on basic guitar setup, or John Robeson for electric guitars. There's lots of basic guitar setup videos, and you can learn how to do enough setup to where you get a guitar like this in the mail and no problem. You can take care of it half an hour. And then it gives you confidence in buying. You know, you can take care of most situations that guitars present out of the box. Anyway, I'll quit rabbiting on now. So this Pro Dipe is now going to the bench, and it will get fixed, and it will sound good, and it will sell to someone who will love it. Okay, see you next time.